winter. Today's rockin' selection is Down on the Corner by Creedence Clearwater Revival, or as they were referred to on their 1969 album, Willie and the Poor Boys. Willie and the Poor Boys is sort of a mythical band around which Down on the Corner was written, a band that played on the street, on street corners, playing for nickels, using instruments like the gut bass. They even performed on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1969 as Willie and the Poor Boys, playing instruments similar to those described in the song and looking like the band on the album cover. Here's 1969, John Fogerty, CCR, Down on the Corner. All right, well, Down on the Corner is a nice three-chord song. Most of the aspects, I think, are very learnable. We should have a lot of fun with this lesson. The only aspect I can think of that may provide a bit of difficulty, I know will for me, is the vocal range of John Fogerty in this song. But it's, as I mentioned, a three-chord song, and here they are. You need an open C chord, an open G chord, and an F major. Now, this song is all about feel, so let's get down to that signature opening riff / bass line, and then we'll get into the feel of the strumming. You got, and in that little demo there, you have pretty much everything you need for the song. You've got the characteristic intro riff / bass line, and you've got the strumming pattern. So let's start out with that note picking in the key of C. All right, it's a rainy day today here, so we'll get up nice and close and stay warm here. Here's the picking. First thing I'm going to tell you is that I am muting this somewhat with the heel of my hand here. It's not wide open. Not like that. We're going to mute it a little bit. So here's the note progression. So C note, 3rd fret 5th string, open A string, down to the G, and then back up to the C for 2 hits. Bum, 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 bum. Now the alien note in there is that little, the note that rises back up to the C is the B note here, so it's from B to C at the end of that. Hope you got that nice and clearly. The next section is almost the same. We move everything down 1 string. Now here's where it differs. Instead of going back up to this note, which is an F note, we go up to the G, the open G. So again, it's 3rd fret 4th string, and then 2 hits on the open G string. Again, slightly muted. So the whole thing. Okay, and then of course we finish up by going back down to the first part. Now once we've played that through, that cycle through, that takes us into the first verse. And we get into the strumming. So let's talk about that strumming right now. Okay, a nice good feel strum there. And you'll notice when I switched from the C chord to the G chord, I threw in a little open A note. And that's to correspond with what's going on in the picking. So when I do this later for you, picture in picture, you'll see that they kind of tie in together here. But here's the strum. And that's kind of key, that up, 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 down. Once there. And then again, when I come back to the C. Up, up, down. Okay, as slow as possible. And that's going to be the same pattern even when you switch to the F chord. All right, there's the strumming for Down on the Corner. All right, let's do a playthrough of the introduction and the first verse. And what that's going to do is going to show us the arrangement here, which is that the intro plays twice, this C part of it anyway. Now, when I switch to, that's when the F chord comes in, and that's when the chording starts in the song. And then the verse starts. So let's play through the intro and a verse.
Early in the evening, just about supper time.
Alright, well the chorus for Down on the Corner is really more of the same. And it begins, same strumming pattern, begins with the F chord. Like so. So let's just do a little playthrough of that with the vocal. A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys are playing, bringing nickel down your feet.
I'd like to tell you about the first of two little instrumental bits that I want to talk about. And the first is in the place of a guitar solo. Basically, they play through the intro part again, but this time it's a little bit different. This time we're going to double up on some notes. So instead of playing, we're going to play, and all I've done there is instead of picking just 5 and 6, when I go to pick 5, I pick 5 and 4, and I play the two notes of a C chord that are on strings 5 and 4. And then open 5 and 4, and then the two notes that are in a G chord, which are strumming 6 and 5, and my second finger's here, 2nd fret, third, just as if I were playing a G chord. So it's as if I were playing the C and G chords, but I'm picking the strings that are involved in those chords. only time I pick a single note, a single string, is for that B note, which is the same as the intro. Okay, when it moves up, same thing, except for the ending. And there I can just pick down on the 4, 3, and 2 strings of a regular C chord. And then back to this part. Okay, so let's play that all the way through, a little bit slowly. Okay, let's talk about the second little instrumental part. Well, the second little instrumental part is really nothing more than and it's just inserted before we go into that last verse, I believe. And you can see that there's really no rhyme or reason for it. It's just a little bit of an interlude, and it just plays around on the C and G. Okay, those are the two little instrumental bits, and watch for those during our playthrough. Okay, the playthrough, we have time for a full playthrough today, and that's going to consist of the intro, a verse, a chorus, second verse, second chorus, then that instrumental doubling up we talked about, then another chorus, then that little instrumental chording, and then finally the third verse. The song ends with 3 choruses back to back. Now we are going to end it a little bit differently because it fades. So at the very end we'll go back into and just finish there. Okay, here we go. Playthrough time.
Summertime, over by the courthouse, they're starting to unwind. 4 kids on the corner, trying to bring you up. Willie breaks a tune up and it blows it all up. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the Pop Boys are playing, bringing nickel tap your feet. Rooster hits the washboard, and people just got to smile. Dickie thumps the gut bass and solos for a while. Poor boy twins the rhythm out on his gallopazoo. Willie goes into a dance and doubles on kazoo. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the Pop Boys are playing, bringing nickel tap your feet. Pop Boys are playing, bringing nickel tap your feet. You don't need a penny just to hang around, but if you got a nickel, won't you lay money down? Over on the corner, there's a happy noise. People come from all around just to watch the magic boy. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the Pop Boys are playing, bringing nickel tap your feet. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the Pop Boys poor boys are playing, bring a nickel, tap your feet.
All right, fine tuning for Down on the Corner. Well, this, as I mentioned earlier, is a feel-good song. The whole feel of the song, the strumming and just the character of the song matches what the song is about. Guys standing on a street corner doing vocal harmonies with a simple melody, simple chording, a simple tune. Great song for that. You're going to have fun putting vocal harmonies together. I layered a few on there just for the fun of it. And you guys can get your friends together and sing some harmonies with this if you like. Keep in mind there's 2 guitar parts going and a cool bass line. I mean, it's just a great tune for having fun. There you go, CCR, John Fogerty, Willie and the Poor Boys, Down on the Corner. We'll see you next time on Song Mentor.